Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. I want to thank you so much for joining us. You're watching 284 Media, the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program 2024. Today, I'm honored to be speaking with Ms. Zyra Wheatley, the Assistant Secretary of International Affairs Secretariat, as well as 4 of the student recipients who are away studying. They are Ms. Tissa Donovan, Mr. Travis Thomas, Ms. Kimberly Cordes, Mr. Adante George. Of course, we are going to have an opportunity to speak with these individuals and get a feel of their experience so far with the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program 2024. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more Fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second. Super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
1.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually...
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. As promised, I'm joined by 5 individuals, 4 of which who are student recipients of the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program, along with Ms. Zyra Wheatley, Assistant Secretary. Viewers, allow me to introduce Ms. Zyra Wheatley, Assistant Secretary of International Affairs Secretariat. We have Ms. Tissa Donovan, who is studying a Master's in Public Health. We have Mr. Travis Thomas, who is studying a Bachelor's in Environmental Science, as well as Ms. Kimberly Cordes, Bachelor's in Educational Psychology, and Mr. Adante George, a Bachelor's in Tourism, Retail, and Marketing Manager. I want to welcome you all to our platform. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Now, Zyra, I want to start with you. The Asia Abroad Scholarship Program has been doing magnificent things by allowing BVI Islanders, students, to have this experience of studying abroad in Asia. I want you to put into perspective and give us some background and history on this program.
Well, Mr. Grant, thank you again for having us. It's indeed quite exciting for me to be here, and not only to be here by myself this time, but with active participants in the program. So the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program was started in 2021. It was part of the vision of the director of the Hong Kong office, Dr. Ricardo Wheatley, to provide an alternative avenue for BVI citizens and residents to expand their educational experience beyond the traditional Americas and Europe. And indeed, it has produced quite fruitful results in terms of the vast experiences and participants that we have today.
Wonderful. So I want to talk the program in numbers. Tell us about the offering, the universities, the countries, and about our 4 students here today.
So to start off, it's a 3-way partnership program. So the government funds part of the studies. Then you have free tuition from universities in Asia, and then the private sector also provides some financial support. Currently, we have 32 offers in bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, and of course, language studies across 10 universities. And those universities cover 5 countries, which include Macau, Hong Kong, Singapore, China, and Taiwan.
Beautiful. Now, you mentioned, Ms. Wheatley, about, of course, the essentially life-changing opportunity that the scholarship offers. Tell us about really the impact that this will be having on our students who will be returning home upon completion and being able to contribute to the fabric of our society.
Well, one of the good things about the program is that the subjects of study are focused towards the labor needs of the BVI. So of course, there's the immediate impact of focusing on the needs of the territory's development and growth, and then of course, because Asia is a bustling, growing, and very technological focus. Region, they also benefit from the experience of having to hone their skills and studies in such a diverse place. But I'm sure some of the students who actually participate in the program and study in some of these places can speak a bit more to their experiences and the uniqueness that it has to offer to future participants.
Indeed. I have to ask you, was there any hesitancy with the application of students from the Virgin Islands? Were persons excited? Did you see them being a bit apprehensive? Did they have a lot of questions? What was the initial feedback on the ground?
Initially, when the program first started, we were in the midst of COVID. So, of course, there was some hesitancy and some skepticism. However, as you know, the world has reverted back to some form of normalcy. The appetite for the program has definitely increased. And I think the 4 students that we have today are a testament to people overcoming some of that hesitancy, including the distance. And we only hope to see that appetite increase in this 2024 intake cycle.
Wonderful. Well, I am so excited now to hear from the students themselves. I want to start with the lovely Miss Tissa Donovan, who's studying a master's in public health. Miss Donovan, I want to speak about your experience. Of course, you applied and you are now here sitting with a cohort of students. Tell us the university that you're studying once again, and tell us your choice of field of study and how you came about that.
Sure. So again, hi everyone. My name is Tisa Donovan. I'm currently a student at Taipei Medical University, where I'm trying to get my master's degree in public health. My background already is in health, so it was kind of easy for me to choose that route. But whereas my background was more so clinical, now I'm going towards more of a research approach as well as policy making, creating interventions, and data collection as well.
Wonderful. Ms. Donovan, I have to ask you, what has been the support like from the Asia office, of course, the BVI Asia office, and now that you're in the particular area, what would your feedback be from persons who might be saying, I wonder if it's safe to live in Asia? How have you been managing with the distance? Tell us about your overall experience.
So the overall experience so far has been great. I would be very transparent and say in the beginning, I was a bit apprehensive. Not just because of the distance and what's going on the news, but I'm also a mother. So for me to be leaving my son was a big sacrifice. But being here has been worth the while thus far. We have a lot of support from the Hong Kong office. Me being on Taiwan, where the other students may be in China, closer to them, I still feel very supported by them. They make trips over to see me. We check in ever so often to make sure everything is going well. And I'm glad to be here. The opportunity is amazing. And I would definitely say that other people should hop on board and try to expand their horizons and come on and join us over here.
Wonderful. And now I want to go over to Mr. Travis Thomas. Travis, identify yourself and, of course, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're studying and where you're studying.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Travis Thomas. I am currently studying at the University of St. Joseph, where I am pursuing my bachelor's in environmental science.
Wonderful. Mr. Thomas, so far, what has your experience been like with this program?
So far, my experience with the program has not been bad. It's all been good. I can vouch that, yes, I have have ample support from the Hong Kong support group, the Hong Kong team. They always check in every once in a while, and they don't make them. It's like basically now me being here in Macau is basically like I am home. I've gotten accustomed to being here in a foreign country. I've adapted to the lifestyle, and I'm really enjoying myself at the moment.
Wonderful. You talked about feeling at home. I want to talk about some cultural differences, specifically coming from the BVI and now adapting to a entirely different cultural environment. How has that process been like? And have you been learning anything culturally about where you particularly are?
Well, culturally, yeah, there is a big cultural difference between here and from back home. Yes, obviously. With Macau, it's not just only like the Chinese culture you're experiencing, but you also experience other cultures like the Portuguese culture and the Philippines culture. Before Macau was handed to China, it was colonized by Portugal, so you will find a lot of Portuguese-esque design and stores, and Portuguese is also the second most spoken language in the country right now, where even the students here who are attending the university who live in the dorm, they also speak. Almost the majority are Portuguese speakers. So adapting to this new culture is very interesting. It's melting pot of a different areas. You would have experiences from Myanmar, Vietnam, and India. A lot of local restaurants and food stores. So you would have in touch with a lot of different styles, a lot of different dances, a lot of different dresses, how people communicate with each other, different action, different scenes.
Incredible. Now I want to turn my attention to the lovely Kimberly Cordes. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Kimberly, introduce yourself and tell us your line of study as well as where you are studying at the moment.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kimberly Cordes. I am studying at the University of Macau. I'm currently studying psychology. General
Beautiful.
psychology.
Now, I want to ask you, Kimberly, I love your choice of study as well as all the everyone in the area. Zara, allow me to pinpoint that I love the areas of study. And you mentioned, of course, the areas of study being something that could be contributed to the BVI society, but each and every aspect that is covered here, from public health to environmental science, educational psychology, as well as tourism, retail, and marketing, of course, are very specified areas of study, and I'm proud to see that the program is encompassing all of that. Ms. Cordes, what has your experience been like so far on the ground? How are you feeling, and how's the program going?
The program is going pretty well. I'm enjoying. My experience so far in Macau has been quite comfortable. It's been going smoothly. Getting along with a lot of locals as well as international students, trying new foods, trying to learn the language. It's been enjoyable. I'm enjoying myself.
Excellent. Now I have to ask you, how have you been able to incorporate, and this question goes to all of you, so anyone can answer, but how have you been able to incorporate BVI culture with your fellow students that you are interacting with? Have you had an opportunity to do so? And if so, what has that been like? Any one of you can answer.
Well, I have them to listen to some of the music.
Beautiful start.
And they can hear my accent, so I would teach them some words. So it's been fun. So music and words, that's what I've been doing.
Right, so you up there playing some vibe?
Something.
Just a little something. Beautiful. Mr. Adante George, you are studying a bachelor's in tourism and retail marketing. Tell us about the university that you're studying and your experience so far with the program.
Hi, I'm Adante George. Hailing from Virgin Garden. Just a quick shout out. I'm studying at the Macau Institute for Tourism Studies, Tourism Retail and Marketing Management. So far, that course has been amazing, encapsulating all of these individual studies into one that connects in a kind of like 360 type of master plan. Has been it's been amazing to be a part of so far. And then after a fourth semester soon, yeah, it's been pretty amazing. I think amazing is the word I use a lot today. It's been pretty amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, as it pertains to tourism and retail marketing, you said you hail from Virgin Gorda, which is, in my opinion, the hospitality mecca of the Virgin Islands. How are you looking forward to contribute to the fabric of the Virgin Gorda hospitality program once completed?
Well, honestly, I'm taking a course right now that also talks about tourism and how Macau and China and Hong Kong actually use and develop their tourism system. So that class has been very informative in terms of the different practices and how they use the local hotels and different laws that they have in place that the local hotels has to follow to promote their local cultural package or cultural identity when it comes to tourism. So I think as taking a course right now, that the ideas and the different practices that they have is something that could really be used and implemented within Virgin Gorda or within the whole BVI, as a matter of fact. So as
incredible.
Yeah.
And what would you say, Mr. George, to persons, young students like yourself who are watching? Some of them might have seen the program advertised. They might have been apprehensive and they might have been like, Asia's too far, I'm not doing that. But now that you're in the program, what would you say to anyone who's watching and who may be interested in the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program?
Well, nothing is more powerful than a made-up mind, first and foremost. Even me at the beginning, I was a bit hesitant in terms of making the decision to go and fill out the applications. But when sitting down in the informational seminar that was provided by the school, they sold me on the program that it was offering that I'm currently doing. So, I would definitely recommend having an open mind and a made-up mind. It's a give or take. It's a great place to come if you're trying to, figure out who you are and, embrace yourself in the culture. Definitely have an open mind when coming to this side of the world. Fully embrace yourself in the culture. You have to be really open-minded. And once you have those characteristics, adjusting to life over here will be easy. And of course, taking on study will also be easy as well.
Indeed, of course, nothing comes without hard work and some challenges. Ms. Donovan, I have to ask you, has there been any challenges that you have had to overcome or work through having been abroad?
Yes, definitely. For sure, the language barrier. I have never spoken Mandarin in my life before I came to this side of the world. So on arrival, Google was my best friend. Google Translate, definitely my best friend. I still use it, but I'm learning a few words and phrases, and it's becoming a bit more easier to communicate with the local population.
Wonderful. Well, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you for having the confidence, the grit, and the intuition to not only be a part of this program, but of course, first and foremost, to apply. We here back home wish you the very, very best, and I know each and every one of you are working diligently and hard to complete your educational studies. So whatever support we can afford you here at 284 Media, just know that the entire Virgin Islands is rooting for you. We love you very much, and we wish you all the very best in your studies. Continue to do well, continue to be safe, and of course, continue to excel. Ms. Wheatley, I have to ask you, for persons who are watching, what are some of the frequently asked questions? Like, how can they apply? What is covered by the scholarship? And what are the general, I would say, university requirements? Let's break that down for persons who are wondering.
So first of all, for eligibility for the undergraduate program, you need to have a high school diploma or working towards your sixth form qualification. So you could either have completed your high school diploma, and your sixth form diploma, or working towards attaining any one of those. And then for the postgraduate, you need to have a bachelor's degree in the field of study or something closely related. Of course, the scholarship is free tuition, which is one of the main attractive packages of the program. And then successful candidates are then eligible for housing assistance, travel, and living assistance as well. Just pause for a moment. And in terms of the application process, I always encourage persons to email studyinasia@bvihongkongoffice.com.hk. That's studyinasia@bvihongkongoffice.com.hk. There are a number of deadlines that are coming up, so I'm encouraging persons to inquire as soon as possible. There's one on the 15th of February for the National Taiwan University, March 7th for Taipei Medical University and the National Sun Yat-sen University in Taiwan. And then there's March 7th again for the University of Macau and Macau Institute of Tourism Studies. We're very active on our social media pages, and you can also find the contact information for WhatsApp and telephone if any persons are interested in speaking a bit more of the program or asking questions on how to apply.
I want to thank you all for this opportunity. Of course, we here in the BVI wish you the very best, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to share your experience and, of course, highlight the amazing opportunity that is the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program 2024. Viewers, you just heard it here from Miss Zyra Wheatley, the Assistant Secretary of International Affairs, along with the 4 student recipients who are abroad studying. They are Miss Tissa Donovan, Mr. Travis Thomas, Kimberly Cordes, and Mr. Adante George. Of course, we thank them for sharing their opportunities as well as their experience so far with the amazing opportunity that is the Asia Abroad Scholarship Program 2024. Of course, if you have any questions or concerns regarding that and application process, as Ms. Wheatley presented the information for you, make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye-bye.